Wait, peace, blessings, a lot of love. Let's stick at. Oh. This is something else I burned for to cleanse my aura and keep the positive energy flowing. You gotta be careful of energy vampires. Let me find, because there's something I had saw. Let me read that too. You have to be careful. It says, hold on. I know I gotta cleanse my screen, cleanse my keyboard, cleanse the light, cleanse my aura. Let it flow, up and down, let it flow. So, first I'm going to talk about the energy vampire, because it's a little post, and then I'm going to go into self-love. Energy vampires are attracted to you because they unconsciously desire to resolve a deeper problem within their psyche, and they perceive you as a solution to their problems. Be kind, but be aware and don't be afraid to draw the line. Written by Lethea Luna. That was one post on it. And then they give tips for dealing with energy vampires. Energy vampire, an individual who preys on the energy of others, leaving others feeling tired when they're in their presence. You ever been around someone and after you done got finished talking to them, you feel exhausted after one conversation? That's an energy vampire. So 4 tips for dealing with an energy vampire. Recognizing the signs, take a deep breath, set boundaries, and take a step back. Let me see if there's any more. And this one is another post. How to deal with energy vampires. First of all, ground yourself so you don't get swayed by the negativity. You gotta stay grounded. That's why I wear my crystals. That's why I wear my frankincense myth oil that my husband gave me. I say prayers, petitions before I leave this house, when I come home from work, before I go to bed, because I'm learning that energy vampires, that's real. There's a lot of negativity in this world. So the first one is ground yourself, shield yourself, create an energy bubble that protects you from them. Hang out in groups of 3 or more. This way the interaction will not be as draining. Provide a listening ear. Extend a helping hand. Stick to light topics. Reduce the contact. And if all that doesn't work, cut them away from your life. As a last resort, if nothing improves, you deserve better. So you be mindful of them energy vampires. They got issues. They got a whole lot of them. So the other thing, and then a lot of my videos I'll be talking about self-love. First of all, love comes from within, not from outward. There's a lot of people out there, women and men, are looking for someone to love them because they're not loving themselves, and it's not going to work. No one can love you better than you love yourself. Repeat after me. No one can love me better than I can love myself. Everything that you need comes from within. Too many people are looking for different entities, people, to make them happy. If you're not happy with yourself, then you can't be happy with no one else. If you do not know how to be by yourself, how the hell are you going to be with other people? Get it right. Love comes from within. It does not come from outside of you. Y'all women looking for men, selling your souls to them, because you looking for him to love you, when the only thing he wants from you is what's between your legs. And you giving your all to him, but his heart belongs to another woman. Y'all got to cut that crap out. So there's his article from Psychology Today, a 7-step prescription for self-love. Self-love is a popular term today that gets tossed around in normal conversation. You have to love yourself more. Why don't you love yourself? If you only love yourself, this wouldn't have happened to you. You can't love another person till you love yourself. These are just a few of self-love directives that we give or get to just a way of more living, or more suggest. These are just a few of self-love directives that we give or get to suggest a way of more living fulfillment. When you begin to love yourself, you're not going to tolerate being mistreated. When you truly love yourself, you're not going to allow anyone to come in your life and disrespect you and continue to disrespect you, because no one can treat you bad without your permission. Self-love is important to living well. It influences who you pick for a mate, the images you project at work, and how you cope with the problems in your life. It is so important to the welfare that I want you to know how to bring more of it into your life. Self-love is very, 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 very important. So the question is asked, what is self-love then? It is something you can buy. Is it something you can buy in a beauty store, makeover, or a new set of clothing? Can you get more of it by reading something inspirational? Or can a new relationship make you love yourself more? The answer to all these questions is no. Stop looking for a man to love you. I'm speaking to the women. Stop getting yourself involved in these unhealthy relationships looking for that man to love you. Because if that man does not love himself, guess what? He is not going to love you. And if that man loves another woman, he cannot love you. So you have to learn to love yourself so you can make better choices in a mate. Although they feel good and are gratifying, you can grow in self-love through these types of activities, since self-love is not simply a state of feeling good. Self-love is a state of appreciation for oneself that grows from actions that support our physical, psychological, and spiritual growth. Self-love is dynamic. It grows from actions that mature us. When we act in ways that expand self-love in us, we begin to accept much better our weakness as well as our strength, have less need to explain away our shortcomings, have compassion for ourselves as human beings struggling to find personal meaning, are more centered in our life purpose and vows, and expect living fulfillment through our own efforts. And when you love yourself, like I said, you're not going to allow anyone to come in your life and disrespect you in any kind of way. You understand me? So this person, right, she has 7-step prescription for self-love. The first one, be mindful. People who have more self-love tend to know what they think, feel, and want. They are mindful of who they are and act on this knowledge rather than on what others want them to be. So many people try to be what others want them to be instead of who they want to be for themselves. People pleasers. Number 2, act on what you need rather than what you want. You love yourself when you can turn away from something that feels good and exciting into what you need to stay strong, centered, and moving forward in your life. Instead, by staying focused on what you need, you turn away from automatic behavior patterns that get you into trouble, keep you stuck in the past, and lessen self-love. Let me read that part again. By staying focused on what you need, you turn away from automatic behavior patterns that get you into trouble, keep you stuck in the past, and lessen your self-love. Number 3, practice good self-care. You will love yourself more when you take better care of your basic needs. People high in self-love nourish themselves daily through healthy activities like sound nutrition, exercise, proper sleep, intimacy, and healthy social interaction. You set boundaries. You love yourself more when you set limits or say no to work, love, or activity that deplete or harm you physically, emotionally, and spiritually, or express poorly who you are. If you should not be in a job that you do not love. That is not self-love. I understand that you may have a family to take care of, and I'm speaking from experience because I worked at a job for 10 years. The last maybe 4 years of that job, I was very unhappy. There came a time where I had to say, I gotta stop this shit, and began loving myself. And I put my resume in, and within a week I started getting job opportunities. You love yourself, you're not gonna stay somewhere where you're unhappy. And that goes for relationships too. Why be in a relationship when you're not being treated right, when you're not being respected, and when the person doesn't even love you? Protect yourself. Bring the right people into your life. I love the term frenemies that I learned from my younger clients. It describes so well the type of friends who take pleasures in your pain and loss rather than in your happiness and success. See, my circle is, my circle, you know how you draw a period at the end of the sentence? That's my circle, because I have one best friend. And I have not seen my best friend in a year. Talk to her regularly on my Instagram, but I haven't seen her in a year because there's no need for me to see her every day. Anybody else in my life are associates. Like my co-workers, those are my associates. I have a few co-workers that I may go out with from time to time, not on a regular basis. I see them at work, and that's it. We may or may text each other to check up on one another. But when I say I keep my circle small, I have always been like that. My personality is that of an introvert. I used to think that I was antisocial until I learned that antisocial is a mental disorder. I don't have a mental disorder. I prefer to be by myself. My friends are my immediate family. Those are my friends. And it says, there isn't enough time in your life to waste on people who want to take away the shine on your face that says, I genuinely love myself and life. You will love and respect yourself more. So, be mindful of the people that you call friends, because everyone is not a friend. And some people don't really know what the word friendship means. Number 6, forgive yourself. I had to do that. We humans can be so hard on ourselves. The downside of taking responsibilities for our action is punishing ourselves too much for mistakes and learning and growing. You have to accept your humaneness, the fact that you are not perfect, before you can truly love yourself. Practice being less hard on yourself when you make a mistake. Remember, there are no failures. If you have learned and grown from your mistakes, there are only lessons. And be mindful of this. What you send out to the universe is what you're going to get back. Everything we do in life comes with consequences. Remember that. So do not think that doing wrong you are not going to pay. You may not have to suffer your karmatic debt right now, but maybe down the line, it may be your child that may be suffering for something that you may have done. So be mindful what you do to other people. And another point if you will keep repeating the same choices over and over, if you keep going through the same situation over and over and over and over again, that's because you haven't learned your lesson. Because once you learn a lesson, once you know better, you do better. So if you continue to do the same thing over to suffer the same negative consequences, that means you haven't learned your lessons, and you're going to continue to go through that situation until you learn your lesson. Learn your lessons from the choices you make, okay? Number 7, live intentionally. You will accept and love yourself more. Whatever is happening in your life, when you live with purpose and design, your purpose doesn't have to be crystal clear to you. If your intention is to live a meaningful and healthy life, you will make decisions that support this intention and feel good about yourself when you succeed in this purpose. You will love yourself more if you see yourself accomplish what you set out to do. You need to establish your living intentions. To do this, if you choose just 1 or 2 hours of these self-love actions to work on, you will begin to accept and love yourself more. And this was written by someone by the name of Deborah. It was taken from Psychology Today. And the title of the article is, her name is Deborah Koshabas. I think she's a psychiatrist, a psychologist. And the name of the article is a 7-step prescription for self-love. Self-love is an action, not a state of feeling. No one can love you the way you will love yourself. Stop looking for people to love you, especially when it comes to these relationships that people are getting themselves involved with. Stop giving yourself so freely and quickly to a man just because he compliments you or gave your ass some attention. Learn that just because a man desires you, he does not mean he values you. The only thing he wants from you is a piece of that damn cookie. And after he get it, he's going to get tired, and then he's going to move on to his next victim. Self-love is about respecting yourself, setting boundaries and not allowing people to mistreat you because you don't love yourself. And remember, people can pick up on those negative energies. That's how some people get played. Peace, blessings, and a whole lot of love. Miss Hadia Giddy.